YouTube? I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how the project is being ran. And today, I am very excited to be checking out FlickFleet, a box of pirate flicks. And this should tell you how much I enjoy flicking games. I'm not covering the $1 million Witcher game or the $2 million Dice Throne game. I'm like, I want to cover the flicking game because I do. I love flicking. And I've never actually played FlickFleet, which is a box of pirate flicks. Euroi Dice Games. A box of pirate flicks is the 5th expansion for the FlickFleet Space Combat Dexterity game. Once again, I hate the fact that GameFound makes you make that extra click before they give you the description because it's just, I don't understand that idea at all. The squares kind of suck too, but with this, I get the idea. I'm flicking a D10. That's cool. It looks like there's a piece of plastic there, like a ship or something like that. I get it. I'm flicking things in space. I'd like to know a little bit more, and look at this. Look at this! This is why I hate you, GameFound. GameFound, this is why I shame you so much for your stupid squares. Which one is better to, I think, most people? This rectangle or this square? Which one is more convincing to consumers? Because it's not this square. Now, granted, if this were on Kickstarter, this would be a little bit hard to read. You probably want to get rid of some of the stuff and zoom in on some of the stuff. But 8.1 out of 10 on Board Game Geek. 5 stars, 2 players, 20 minutes, ages 8+. FlickFleet is brilliant. Like, superfluous quote, which, whatever. But, drives me nuts. Is there no video? Oh. Why? Why, Euroi Dice? Why? I love Crokinole. I got a copy of Crokinole. It's nice enough they sent me a review copy one time. So, this is what we get. We get pictures. Hey, here's the base game. I'm assuming that's Deluxe Edition, which is what I'm going to buy, along with the expansion, I guess, because it's the 5th expansion. These are some other expansions, so here's just pictures of the stuff. And we ship to the US and EU and Canada. Wow. Duh. Like, so yeah, not a fan of this area at all. But, as always, when you go in the video, and again, there's no video. I can't even say that. So let's see. Have they done things on... Okay, so they did the last expansion, Xeno Wars, and they also did a Roll and Write, which hit $1,200, but it was only a $4 game, £4 game, so I can't really rock the boat that much. Actually, that main image, that is a nice main image. So much robust information, and the second one, they're like, we don't want all that information. All right, and I know you say, well, that one only made $1,200. Well, that doesn't look like the kind of game that's going to make much money. It looks like a $4 roll and write game that you print off on your printer, which it might be. Not to say that in a negative way, but I'm just saying that comparing that to a game with a box, it's just a different thing. So let's see. FlickFleet Xeno Wars, did people get their stuff? That's the only thing we got to know here. Updates. Final update, thank you. I was hoping to say that everything was successfully delivered, but we received a return reward, so yes. Everything's out. They said everything. 725. Great. So people have their stuff. Can you do it? I feel fine. Not to mention it's the 5th expansion, so I'm not particularly worried about it. So after the video, because there's no video, do I want it? I don't know. I mean, I like flicking. You inevitably have something I want, which is how a lot of people get away with having crappy Kickstarter pages. Not to say this is a crappy Kickstarter page, but I'm saying there's so many companies who've put up just trash Kickstarter pages, but it's like they have something that we all really, really want, and so you can get away with it. Ideally, you'd have a great Kickstarter page and have something you really, really want. But yeah, never mind. Okay, so multiplayer bundle, the deluxe, it's $90. So multiplayer, I'm assuming that means it's going to go up to 4-player. Am I getting the expansions? Am I getting 2 versions of it? Let's check it out. Copy of the FlickFleet base game and the FlickFleet Xeno Wars multiplayer expansion. So let me get this straight. Your featured pledge does not feature the entire reason we are here. Is that what I'm seeing? Because that's really weird. I was going to say dumb, but we're being nice today. That's really weird. The featured pledge, why, yes, that doesn't feature the whole reason we're on GameFound. It's to buy the base game and a different expansion that we did a while back. That's what I'm reading here. Yes. Okay, just so we're clear there. So, the featured pledge, the one that they want you to back, does not actually feature their 5th expansion. Bold choice, Cotton. 2 to 4 players, 20 minutes to play, ages 8+. This campaign introduces an all-new set of space pirates, known as a box of pirate flicks to FlickFleet, the space battle dexterity game, rated must-play by Tabletop Gaming Magazine. You'll be able to pledge for the base game base game and Xeno Wars, the multiplayer expansion, or box of Pirate Flicks. We have limited stock left of some of the previous board expansions. I will say, I love the fact that we're getting down to brass tacks about exactly what you're going to buy here. So that's nice. We've included several pirate packs designed by FlickFleet's fans to the box of Pirate Flicks. Awesome. And a great idea. Essentially, you're just taking other people's work, making it your own. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying that in a brilliant way. Yeah, if they're going to do it for you, why the hell not use fan content? Don't worry, they're getting a credit and a royalty payment. Even better. Even better, I wasn't worried about it. I didn't care. But still nice. New to FlickFleet, read on what it is. If you're a returning fan, you can skip ahead to the box of Pirate Flicks. Cool. So they're trying to organize this, make it clean and clear, so you can know exactly where you need to go. I do love how they use the tab system over here. Once again, one of the things that I really like about GameFound is the tab system. Luckily, Kickstarter stole that idea, which is great. Hopefully they steal a couple more GameFound's ideas too, and then just finish them off. What is FlickFleet? And I say that, you know, I'm a pro Kickstarter person. I say that, and the bottom line is, I want everybody to succeed, but I like to treat it like it's a sporting thing, where it's like, I love Kickstarter, everything else sucks. It's just fun. It's funsies. FlickFleet is a tutorial, two-player spaceship battle dexterity game, and the fact that I think for 95% of people I'd recommend Kickstarter over GameFound. Unless you have a pre-existing IP that is a fervent fan base, or you have, you know, a very popular game, I think Kickstarter just... the market's way bigger over there. FlickFleet is a tactical two-player space battle dexterity game in which you flick your ships into position and then flick dice your opponent's ships to damage their systems to destroy them. It is an indie labor of love made by Paul, the people that did this stuff, the things. Click, take me to the Board Game Geek, number 5,731 of all time, two players. When did this one come out? This one came out 2018. Okay. Tutorial playthrough. Great. Love starting with a how to play video. Granted, it's a 34-minute one for a game that's 20 minutes, which, yeah... not the biggest fan of that. I think especially with a simple game like this, I think you'd be much better off with one of those 7-8 minute ones, because I'm sure there probably is one, maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. I really don't know how popular this game is. We can get a good game. So how many fans does this one have? So 61. So it's not massively popular, but it does have 5 expansions, so it's popular. I'm in love with this hidden gem. I think FlickFleet is one of those games that you just need to experience to really understand how much fun it is. And I love that style game. I just played one last night, Strike. From Ravensburg. It's like 7-8 years old. They did a Harry Potter theme of it. I get it. I love the just fun games, and which is why I'm really intrigued in this game, and why I think a video showcasing how simple and just fun the game is a no-brainer. And it's so boggling to me that we would decide not to just no, we're not just going to have a video at all. And you can get, and I guess you're more likely to get away with it, I guess, on GameFound because there's a lot less competition. I don't know. GameFound's so weird. But that's what I wanted to check. Did they do a video on their previous campaigns? Like, that's my question here. I'm just pure curiosity. Let's go check out that other one they did. The Xeno Wars. Just, no. We're not. I was going to say too lazy. Oh, no, there's a video. Cool.
Moving and firing. You flick the laser-cut acrylic ships to move them, and then flick dice from the ship at an opponent's ship to damage it. If the die hits, the target ship takes damage, as long as the die remains in play. Damaged ships first lose their shields, then their...
Okay, I watched 12 seconds of this video, and I'm more excited for your game after the 12 seconds of that video than anything I've seen in the first 8 minutes of your GameFound campaign. I think that is a huge tactical misstep, and once again, it's just mind-boggling to me that a company that knows how to run these projects would decide not to have a video in any way, shape, or form. And I know there will inevitably be people in the comments say, oh, the videos are just fluff, they're terrible, I hate them anyway. You're not the majority of people, though. I've done polling on this before. Most people do watch the video. Now, obviously, not everybody. Nobody shops the exact same way. That's ridiculous to think about. But not having a video entirely just seems lazy. I'm going to let it sit on there. Because, yeah, I just want to make sure there... Because it's... Why? Why would you... Like, what was... Such an odd choice. Especially if it's... Okay, I'm done. I'm hammering the point. Well, they already have more funding on this expansion than on the original core box campaign, so I guess it's a good sign for the game and the company. No, the other one had 37... This one had 34,000. And this one has 17. Or did... Yeah. And I wonder if they read Kickstarters. Look, I'm just curious. Let's go backsies. Let's see. FlickFleet, the Space Combat Dexterity board game. 2018. Okay. 325, 12,000 people brought it to life. They didn't do a video there either. It's really interesting. Okay, new to FlickFleet, read on. You just don't typically see it. You don't typically see companies go from video to no video, or in this case, no video to video back to no video. It's like, I don't, okay. The Box of Pirate Flicks is a new expansion initially considering of 12 pirate packs for FlickFleet. Many of the campaign's stretch goals will further update pirate packs, will include in the Box of Pirate Flicks for free. Cool. So they're banking on the stretch goals to make this 5th expansion better, which once again, I don't feel like we're spotlighting this 5th expansion at all. I don't feel like I need this 5th expansion at all as someone who's never played your game. And you very clearly made me feel that way by offering the multiplayer bundle, not including this expansion. Like, you just don't see that. You don't see that where the featured pledge on GameFound does not include the game that they're actually here for. It's everything about this game. Cats and dogs, up topsy-turvy, everything's crazy. The current content of the Box of Pirate... Okay, so 2 Wreckage, original fleet, another copy of the original Pirate Fleet, weapons are cool. So we have some of the components, which once again, this is awesome. If you're a fan of this, you're like, oh, cool, new stuff. I can't wait to add this to the box. More variability, great. Plus 1+3 stretch goals. I'm assuming that's going to mean piratey stuff because we got the pirate symbol. Your campaign uses GameFound stretch pay. If you pledge more than 100 euros, you have the option of splitting your payment equally over 4 months or just paying in one. So there are 3 basic pledge levels. Pirates, expansion, existing fans, cool, base game. Just FlickFleet, and then FlickFleet with the expansion allowing you to go up to 4 players, which I do think is definitely, you're going to want to have that. Hey, Diana! I definitely think you're going to want to have that as your featured pledge, because I think just bumping it up to 4 players is huge for a lot of people. So here we go. Now we're getting into the price. Did they convert the currencies? They did. Great. Never mind. Take backsies. I hate everything. Why not? The majority of people who back your project are most likely going to be from the United States of America. Now, GameFound doesn't have that information. But yeah, let's go back to just, and this, like the original one, 126 United States of America. Yeah, I know, UK, that's a great number at 109. It's nearly the same number as the United States. But that's still, the majority, the bulk of your customers are in the United States of America. And you know this because you have shipped numerous projects out to them. Like, this is not new. And it's not an anomaly. Let's go check the other 2, too. This one, also, no video. Golly, why? And then this one, yep, United States, 128. United Kingdom, 51. No video. Ugh. Oh, that one does. That one does have a video. Cool. And then United States, 151 and 66. I'm beating a dead horse here, but the bottom line is, it's inexplicable. You know where the majority of your customers are, and yet you're not acquiescing them by having both of the currencies, and it just seems lazy. We're going to start using that word more because it's not hard. I'm going to show you how quickly this is done. 74, I think that's pounds to dollars. Bada boom. It's 89.92. All you have to do is put that little weird asterisk symbol that's underneath the escape key, and it's $90. Boom. They couldn't be bothered to do that. It's annoying. I don't understand it. 45, 32 for the base game. And then, why does it show 6 boxes here? Oh, they're trying to emphasize that this is the first box, and this is the expansion, which is the 6th box, even though I thought it's the 5th expansion. That's a weird way to do that. And you have a question mark on the front, which is fine. Maybe at least mention, hey, it's a work in progress. We want your feedback as to what the awesome main image is. Check in the comments or updates or something like that. Okay, this is kind of growing on me. This is the 1 and 5, and then all 6 boxes, all the base games and all 5 expansions. It's locked. How do we unlock that? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Imagine the stretch goal. So 90,000, so $90, excuse me, 28 people wanted the original game and up to 4 players. If that's the highest number, I'm going to be shocked, which means this isn't your main pledge. I imagine the most popular pledge is going to be the Pirate Flicks expansion, because I don't feel like you've sold yourself well to new people. The only people who are going to be here for the most part, I would imagine, are people who already know and enjoy FlickFleet. So PDF 13, base game standard 4, Pirates standard 20. Okay, so that's not even the most. The deluxe game 7. Multiplayer standard bundle 3. It's the Pirates Deluxe. Oh, there's a deluxe version? Have you mentioned this, or are you just kind of springing it on me now? Maybe it was mentioned here in the text. I don't think it was, though. All right, let's go. The campaign introduces all this. I'm just going to Control F Deluxe. Etched contents of a deluxe. Oh, I guess it does say deluxe, 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 deluxe. Do I feel like I've been sold? What? So what's the difference between the deluxe and the non-deluxe? I guess that's my question. Standard. So what? How do I? Let's see. Pirates standard. Standard copy. You gonna have the list of components? No. Is it because they're edge ships? I have more questions. It's not good. The deeper I go through your Kickstarter page, the more questions I have. That's just true. I mean, true. Playmat reprint. We will reprint the FlickFleet. So that's how we're going to unlock everything, is by getting to certain numbers. Then we can afford to do, more print runs of the stuff. Cool. We will print the expansion 1 in both earlier box of flicks if we get to this number. Cool. I don't feel like that's really moving the needle for most people, though. Because it looks... Like, don't get me wrong, from a business perspective, I think it's great. If they could print off another 500 print run of every single thing they've ever made, that's amazing. That's fantastic. That's what you aspire to do as a content creator, or as a game maker who has a game with 5 expansions. You want to keep that thing in print. But I don't know if that's getting anybody excited, because you're not adding things to the game. It's one of those stretch goals that I talk about a lot, where it's like, it's not very exciting because it's, hey, you want to be able to buy more stuff from us? Give us money. Which it doesn't move the needles as much as other stuff, like pirate packs. What's a pirate pack? Backers voted a pirate pack to add to the box of Pirate Flicks. A poll will be held. Cool, so I do love the fact there's a poll, getting people actively engaged. So we've unlocked everything in the pirate pack, it looks like, except for one more, and then we're going to... So at least they're getting... So I do like the fact that they had enough self-awareness to focus on the quote-unquote important to consumer stretch goals before they went to the important to the company stretch goals, which is nice. That is nice, just period. So deluxe box of flicks. Once again, I don't feel like I've been sold on the difference between the deluxe and the non-deluxe at all. So then with standard boxes, there's 1, 2. What is the 2? Oh, because I'm getting 2 of the game. Standard box of flicks 1. Deluxe box of flicks 1. So I think that means that's the base game. And is this the expansion? Deluxe box of flicks 2. What? I think this is the expansion. I don't know. I'm over it. Big box. Wow, this wasn't mentioned very well. This wasn't showcased at all. That's fantastic. And I imagine there's going to be a very limited quantity of these. I can't buy it. Is that because it's sold out? Or is that because it's a stretch goal? Or is that, like, what's going on? Once again, more questions. And those pledge levels, they are all over the board. And none of them are particularly great numbers, except for the deluxe pirates. Which maybe means you're not selling those well enough. I don't feel convinced at all. Which is, once again, a video. You can add a copy of the existing expansions that we have in stock. Expansion 1, add 3. So now we're going into the weeds about the expansion. We're still not converting the currencies, because why? It's too time consuming. I mean, there's like 15 numbers we'd have to convert. That's just so many. It would take us like a solid, 3 to 4 minutes with a pencil, and then, putting them into the thing. It's just so much work. So much work. I get it. Should I talk sarcastically like that? I don't care. But I feel like some people are not going to like how I talk. It's so... Please, let me know why. What line of thinking is like, yes, we're going to make it more difficult for the majority, for the large... I shouldn't say the majority, but the country that has the most people shopping for our Kickstarter. We're going to make it so that they have to do a little bit extra song and dance. So now we have the stretch goals. It feels a bit clunky. And that's not them necessarily. It's just really hard to make stretch goals not feel clunky on GameFound, because they have them built into the system, but then at the same time, you put them on there a la like this, which is how it typically works on Kickstarter, and it's a delicate balancing act. This one feels redundant and a bit clunky. And not exciting either, which is the worst part. Like, what's in a pirate pack? I'd love to know more. And I get maybe they're like, oh yeah, we want you to go to the updates and find out. But it's like, at this point, I'm like, small and hard to hit, cool. So now what are we talking about here? These the expansion? Whenever we unlock a pirate stretch goal will hold a vote to choose one of the pirate pack details in the images below. Okay, cool. So now we are getting to the weeds of that. Excellent. And here's the bottom line. You know where all this could have been so easily explained? The video. A little 20-second aside in your video. Our box of Flicks campaigns are a little different. And it's just a personal touch. Like the one video. The one video is a personal touch where it's like, it was 8 seconds and I was more into it than this whole page. So, one box, shipping to the UK, $4. That's great. US and Canada, once again, not convert the currencies. That's annoying, but great price nonetheless. It's euros. €5, sorry, not pounds. €5 because it looks like an E. That's a rock solid price. So what am I looking at price-wise? I'd love to easily check, but you didn't put the actual bundle that most people are going to get here. So if you are, what is it, Pirates Deluxe? So it's $84 for the expansion. Yeah, I don't feel like I was sold on an $84 game. Like, that's a hard sell for me as someone who hasn't played the game. Granted, the multiplayer bundle doesn't seem like a bad deal now that I'm really looking at it. The base game and expansion. It's not the newest expansion, but whatever. Okay, continuing onward. Shipping. Yeah, shipping seems rock solid. I convert the currencies. It seems lazy not to. And I do that for the EU too. Like, go to pounds or euros or whatever they use. Rest of the world. So, clean, clear for the most part. FlickFleet is... So, where is... Oh, so they have it lit up. Where don't you ship to? That'd always be nice to mention as well. FlickFleet is brilliant. So, superfluous fluff. I hate this quote. I get why they did it, because it's essentially, it's like it's the Dice Tower Seal of Excellence, but for whatever this gaming magazine is. But what specifically in that article did they mention? Easy to learn, easy to teach, infinite replayability, modularity. Like, what exactly about it is a selling point? Do the work. Put it in a quote there. Seems like a no-brainer. I'm in love with this hidden gem. I think so. This is a redundant quote. We already saw it. A space combat game that excels in its simplicity and fun. It looks gorgeous, feels lovely, challenges in both strategy and dexterity. It's nothing short of miraculous. Okay, we're getting better. FlickFleet is perfectly pitched, I believe, threading a thin vein of strategy and a wide seam of tactical play through the slightly managed chaos of dice flicking. We are getting better on some of the quotes here, so appreciate that. Do we have any videos? How we make FlickFleet Part 1? Yeah, so there's personal touches here. Like this, right here. I want to watch this video. I'm intrigued about this video. Could we take elements of these videos and put that into that main video? Instead of just burying these at the bottom of the page. And they are 100% buried. If we look at the positioning of these relative to everything else, we come to the right side here. Look how far we are down. I don't feel like that's a great play. Alright, so... Your pledge. Let's check out the comments, FAQ updates. Give this one a grade. We'll be getting any previews of the new ship dashboard rules subject to playtesting and developmental changes, of course. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. No rule booklet? That's disappointing. No gameplay video of the actual expansion that I'm trying to buy, which, once again, it feels like an afterthought. That's how we make it feel like an afterthought. So let's go back. What videos were on the page? Because there's a video of, like, the personal touch at the very, very, very end. And then I guess it was in the quote section. I guess it would be where it was. Reviews. So what am I clicking on here? Are these for the base? So these are reviews of FlickFleet. So for this one, what about the new stuff? Are these all written reviews? Okay. No, there's also, like, yeah, that's a weird one. Maybe they're trying to conserve space or something like that, but I think there's a reason industry standard is putting videos on your page. Like, once again, just save your customers time. Why make me make an extra click to a video that I might not potentially be interested in? Because if this is a preview, I don't give a crap. I don't ever want to see a preview for a game that's released. Just period. That's why I hate making previews, personally, as a content creator. Because the second the game is released, that preview is useless to just about everyone, because actual reviews come into place with opinions and thoughts and insight, and not all that gobbledygook tied up with, oh, I'm doing a Kickstarter or a GameFound project. So it's just, this area, just everything about this just seems like it just needed to go the extra mile, and they didn't in any way, shape, or form. Like, time and time again, I'm like, this is like, if this just had more information or more of this, it's so perplexing. And disappointing. Disappointing, too. Most popular. Let's see. Love the concepts of the game. I'm in for all the deluxe items so far. Echo the sentiments of getting all the deluxe boxes. I'm pretty optimistic now. Last 2 campaigns got over 30K, and we're currently tracking ahead of both of them. Fantastic. Really hope we get those reprints done. And 238 in so far, and will be when other expansions become available. Cool. And so this is the loyal, fervent fan base. And I feel like by showcasing just how fun this game is, you could get more. And they didn't. Especially with the flicking game. Like, I think it's a bad idea for any Kickstarter campaign about anything. A movie, a tech project, a video game, anything to not have a video is a god-awful, terrible idea. Like, I work for a manufacturer, and if anyone says, I'm going to go without a video, I'd say, I think that is a terrible idea. An absolutely terrible idea. Your likelihood of succeeding rises exponentially. Just exponentially if you have a video. But especially with a flicking game. A game that it's so easy to show me how fun it is. Because with a Euro game, it's kind of hard to say, oh, but if you get this cube, and this cube, and then you go to spot C, you're going to be able to pull off this really cool combo. That's hard to convey in a video. Conveying how fun a flicking game is in a video is not difficult at all, and yet we chose not to do it. I can't get over it. It seems like such a bad decision. The first vote results in another stretch goal unlock. Okay, I'm done. I will not mention that there's not a video again. That's a lie. I totally will at the end. Okay, so we got some votes going on here. How many votes we got? 26. We got some really good engagement here on the voting. Nearly 100. 20, 30, 40. I can't count. It's more like 60 or 70, but still, great. And then Chop Shop. This ship is really good at repairing. I love a little bit more here, like showing me a little bit more of exactly what I'm backing, because it was on the main page, right? Like when we went to the actual stretch goal area down there, first we got to the boring spot where it's just like pictures of pirate things, but then we actually get to this, and these are the stretch goals, right? Colony ship, rapier, mine layer, second bomber barge. Yeah, I'm just double checking here. Let's see, let's go in there at the voting, finish poll. God, stupid mouse. Second corsair, second yeah, okay. Final grade. Do I want it? It takes a lot to make me not want a flicking game. It is one of my favorite mechanisms. I'm terrible at it, but I always have fun with it. Just period. Dexterity games in general, they are my jam. I love them. They've gone over so well on my game nights, in my classroom, when I used to have a classroom. Just, I love flicking games. So I am naturally pre-inclined to be into this game. Not to mention, I am a sucker for expansions. I love expansions. If you watch my reviews, I typically say, I just want more. I want more content. I want more content if I love a system. So the fact that there's 5 expansions already out for this means that this is a no-brainer, something that I should want. That being said, do I want it? Not really. Not after your Kickstarter page. I don't feel like I was convinced in any way, shape, or form. I don't feel like you made it easy for me to be convinced. I feel like I'm going to have to do the work in order to be convinced that I want your project. Which, that sounds so bad. It sounds so lazy. Like, oh, Barry, you're so lazy. Just do this, do that. There's 300 other games on Kickstarter, GameFound, and BackerKit right now. Actually, I don't know if there's any board games on BackerKit right now. It might just be plushies. But you get what I'm saying. There is so much competition right now that not really trying... It's like when I tell my kids when we play sports, attack the ball. And I think on Kickstarter and GameFound, attack the customer. Show them why they want it. Don't make them browse and meander to try and find it. And I know the square image just makes it really hard to be appealing from the offset, and the fact that you have to click it and just GameFound being stupid, but I don't know. Do I want it? Yeah, but not really because of you, just because I'm grandfathered in. And also, I'm actually much more excited after watching the 8 seconds of the one Kickstarter video you did do years ago. So, or I think actually it was last year. So, do I want it? Yes, but it's me, it's not you. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. It seems like they're being very smart and cautious with what they're offering. As much as I said that as kind of a negative way when we got to the stretch goal area, it's actually a smart tactical business decision. Big decision. Because if they hit $20,000 and then they've sold, 26 of expansion 3 and 51 of expansion 4, they still have to make, in theory, unless they're self-manufacturing this, which I can't imagine they are, maybe they are, a 500 print run. And so that's a lot of games to make when you have 5 expansions. That's 6 boxes times 500. That's 3,000 games. That's a lot of games to make for the amount of money that they're raising right here. So, can you do it? Yes, I'm not concerned about that. And then, how much is it? I don't feel like it was sold well at all. I don't feel like any aspect that you want me to buy was sold well at all. Like, I don't feel like the shots of the acrylics really pop, because I think that's supposed to be a big selling point. I don't feel like I have a firm grasp of the size of the box. I don't feel like I know why I want the Pirate Fleet expansion. Or heck, what it even is. It seems like you're giving me half of a box, but they're like, we're going to unlock the other half of the box, and you're going to decide what that other half of the box is, which in theory is an exciting idea, but it just didn't captivate me and grip me because I wasn't interested in the game. Leading off with the how to play video, I do think that's a great play. Makes me feel good that I could just get the game and then play it. But final grade for this one, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good grade. I don't think it's a good page. Just from the very beginning. And this is coming from someone who was pre-inclined to like it because I love flicking games. Sucker for flicking games. Social deduction, player elimination, flicking, worker placement, deck building. Like those 5. Those are my 5, like, and bidding. I love bidding too. You know what? I just like a lot of games. Okay, but anywho, flick D. Like this rectangle's great. GameFound doesn't want you to see this rectangle. They'd rather you see the boring ass square. Yeah, okay, so before I give a bad grade, I always like to say to myself, what do I feel like they did well? So, let's get into that. This image. And, leading off with a how to play video, even if it's a lengthier one. Paul Grogan, he's money. I go through that 30-minute video, I know I'm going to be able to play it. It's like not a question there. I don't hate these graphics. They kind of grew on me. They make it a little bit clean and clear. Granted, I would extend these to actually show the components of what I'm buying. More info on the Pirates Deluxe versus the Pirates Standard. Changing your featured pledge, because clearly what you're trying to make the featured pledge, people are like, nah, that's not what I want. That's not what most people want because you didn't sell it well enough. D. I think it's a D. And D for disappointing, too. Especially as a flicking game fan. I'm sure it's a fun game, though. So FlickFleet, a box of Pirate Flicks. I'm rolling with a D on this one. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for FlickFleet, a box of Pirates. And in the comments below, let me know what's your favorite flicking game of all time. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. For me personally, it is a game that's over there, which doesn't help you. I can't see it. Flick Wars. I think it's Flick Wars. Yeah, Flick Wars. Oh my gosh, Flick Wars is so good. It's got like this huge mat. And, like, you put stuff underneath the mat, so it makes, like, the terrain, like, go up, and so you can, like, ramp over stuff, and there's all these cool special abilities. I actually did a Kickstarter, but yeah, and you can put, oh, yeah, Flick, oh, it's so good. I want to play it right now. I should. I'm going to get that to the table this week. But, we're talking about FlickFleet, though. Not Flick Wars, but Flick Wars is great. But as always, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button, as I'm trying to reach 30,000 subscribers in 2023, and as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.